Volkswagen. Volkswagen is a German automobile manufacturer headquartered in Wolfsburg, Lower Saxony, Germany. Founded in 1937 by the German Labor Front under the Nazi Party and revived into the global brand it is known as today post-World War II by the British Army officer Ivan Hurst, it is known for the iconic Beetle and serves as the flagship brand of the Volkswagen Group, the largest automotive manufacturer by worldwide sales in 2016 and 2017. The group's biggest market is China, including Hong Kong and Macau, which delivers 40% of its sales and profits. Its name is derived from the German language terms Volk and Wagen, translating to people's car when combined. History. Volkswagen, a German car manufacturer, was established in 1937 as part of the Strength Through Joy program by the German Labor Front. In the early 1930s, cars were considered luxury items, and many car makers began independent people's car projects. Ferdinand Porsche, a renowned designer, built the Volksauto in 1933, which featured an air-cooled rear engine, torsion bar suspension, and a Beetle shape. Adolf Hitler became involved in the project in 1934, ordering the production of a basic vehicle capable of transporting 2 adults and 3 children at 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour. However, the project was not commercially viable, and government support was needed to keep it afloat. The KDF wagon, a state-owned factory, produced prototypes from 1938 onwards, with the first cars already produced in Stuttgart. Erwin Komenda, part of Ferdinand Porsche's team, developed the Beetle car body, one of the first cars designed with wind tunnel aid. The factory started in May 1938 in Wolfsburg, Germany, and only produced a handful of cars by the time war started in 1939. During the war, Volkswagen produced military vehicles like the Type 82 Kübelwagen and the amphibious Schwimmwagen for German forces. Slave labor was used in the Volkswagen plant, with many slaves supplied from concentration camps upon request. A lawsuit was filed in 1998 by survivors for restitution for forced labor, and Volkswagen established a voluntary restitution fund. In 1945, KDF Stadt and its heavily bombed factory were captured by the US and handed over to the British. The factory was initially planned for military vehicle maintenance and dismantling, but the Allied dismantling policy changed in 1946 to mid-1947. Hurst and his German assistant Heinrich Nordhoff helped stabilize the social situation and re-establish production. The factory produced 1,000 cars a month by 1946, but faced challenges due to roof and window damage, rain, and the need to barter new vehicles for steel. The factory and town changed their names to Volkswagen and Wolfsburg respectively, and production increased. The factory was offered to representatives from the American, Australian, British, and French motor industries, but all rejected it. Ford representatives were equally critical, and in 1948, the British offered the Volkswagen company to Ford, free of charge. Ford passed on the offer, leaving Volkswagen to rebuild itself under Nordhoff's leadership. The post-war industrial plans for Germany set a maximum of 10% of 1936 car production, and the factory's fate remains uncertain. From 1948 to 1961, Volkswagen played a significant role in West German regeneration. Heinrich Nordhoff, a former Opel manager, was recruited to run the factory, which was later reformed as a trust controlled by the West German government. The Type 1 Volkswagen Beetle was introduced in 1949, and production increased dramatically over the years, reaching 1 million in 1955. The UK's first official Volkswagen importer, Colborne Garages, started business with importing parts for the models brought home by soldiers returning from Germany. In 1952, Volkswagen Canada received its first shipment of Volkswagens, and by 1955, the Volkswagen plant was built on a 32-acre site. In 1959, Volkswagen started production in São Paulo, Brazil, but faced accusations of spying and torture during the military dictatorship. In 2016, activists and former VW employees in Brazil accused the company's silence about the persecution of its workers. In 1960, Volkswagen Work GmbH was renamed to Volkswagen Work AG, and sales soared throughout the 1960s, thanks to famous advertising campaigns by New York advertising agency Doyle, Dane Bernbach. The company claimed the world production record for the most produced single make of car in history, with over 16 million vehicles produced by 1973. To commemorate its passing the Ford Model T's record sales mark and victories in the Baja 1000 Mexican races, Volkswagen produced its first limited edition Beetle. The 1961 to 1973 Volkswagen Beetle was a popular vehicle with a 36 horsepower, 1,200 cubic centimeters four-cylinder air-cooled flat-4 opposed OHV engine. However, the air-cooled engine lost popularity in the US market due to unleaded petrol and smog controls. VW expanded its product line with 4 Type 3 models, including the Karmann Ghia, Notchback, Fastback, and Variant. In 1969, larger Type 4 models were introduced, featuring monocoque/unibody construction, fully automatic transmission, electronic fuel injection, and a sturdier power plant. In 1964, Volkswagen acquired Auto Union and NSU Motorwork AG, NSU, which later formed the modern Audi company. The acquisition provided technological expertise necessary for VW to survive when demand for its air-cooled models declined. In 1971, Volkswagen added a Super Beetle, Type 131, featuring a McPherson strut front suspension and a new hooded, padded dash and curved windshield. In 1973, Volkswagen decided to cancel the nearly finished Type 266, a mid-engined car project, and focus on front-wheel drive, water-cooled cars. Audi influences paved the way for the Passat, Scirocco, Golf, and Polo series. The Passat was a fastback version of the Audi 80, while the Scirocco was a coupe designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro. The Golf emerged as the pivotal model, dominated by the Golf's angular styling and hatchback design. Beetle production at Wolfsburg ended upon the Golf's introduction, and mainstream production shifted to Brazil and Mexico. Volkswagen's product line expanded from 1974 to 1990, with the Golf being the mainstay of the company. The first generation of the Golf was produced from 1974 until 1983, and it spawned the Volkswagen Scirocco Sport Coupe, Volkswagen Jetta Saloon/Sedan, Volkswagen Golf Cabriolet Convertible, and Volkswagen Caddy Pickup. However, sales in the United States and Canada fell dramatically in the 1980s, with the introduction of the second-generation Golf, GTI, and Jetta models helping Volkswagen briefly in North America. Volkswagen entered the supermini market in 1975 with the Volkswagen Polo, a stylish and spacious three-door hatchback designed by Bertone. In 1981, the second-generation Polo launched as a hatchback, followed by the two Malawian Quatches Golf in 1983 and the third-generation Passat in 1988. The Polo continued to sell well after a makeover in 1990, eventually being replaced by an all-new version in 1994. In 1991, Volkswagen launched the third-generation Golf, which was European Car of the Year for 1992. The Golf MK3 and Jetta MK3 arrived in North America in 1993, while the Scirocco and later Corrado were both Golf-based coupes. In 1994, Volkswagen unveiled the J. Mays-designed Concept 1, a retro-themed concept car based on the Polo platform. The Chiron was launched in Europe in 1995, and the company continued its evolution with the Golf MK4 in 1997. Volkswagen Group CEO Bernd Pischetsrieder introduced a range of new models in 2000 to 2016, including the sixth-generation VW Golf, which was runner-up to the Opel/Vauxhall Insignia in the 2009 European Car of the Year. The company also introduced the sixth-generation Passat and fifth-generation Jetta in 2005, with plans to bring back the Scirocco by 2008. Other models in Wolfgang Benhard's product offensive included the Tiguan mid-sized SUV in 2008 and a Passat coupe. In 2006, Volkswagen maintained North American sales of 224,195 vehicles, a 4.9% increase over 2005. The production location of Volkswagen vehicles underwent significant changes, with the 2007 EOS produced in Portugal and all Golfs/Rabbits and GDIs manufactured in Wolfsburg, Germany. Volkswagen partnered with Daimler AG to market the BlueTech clean diesel technology on cars and trucks from Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, and other brands. The company also introduced the Touareg, a compact SUV with styling influences from the concept vehicle introduced at the 2006 Geneva Auto Show. The The Volkswagen Routan, a badge-engineered Dodge Grand Caravan, was launched in 2008 for the American and Canadian markets. In 2011, Volkswagen completed Chattanooga assembly in Tennessee, producing cars and SUVs specifically designed for North American markets. In 2015, Volkswagen faced the Volkswagen emission scandal, known as Dieselgate or Emissionsgate, when the EPA found that the company programmed turbocharged direct injection, TDI, diesel engines to activate their emissions controls only during laboratory emissions testing. The Volkswagen Atlas began production in late 2016 to help end several years of losses for Volkswagen in the United States. In 2017, Volkswagen announced plans to focus on electric vehicles, EVs, with a goal to launch at least 30 EV models by 2025 and have 20 to 25% of their total yearly sales volume consist of EVs. In 2018, the company returned to motorsport with the all-electric ID.R, setting an all-time course record. In 2019, Volkswagen announced the launch of an entry-level Jetta sub-brand in China, 3 models, and a program to convert old Beetle models to run on electric power. In November 2020, Volkswagen increased its investment in electric and self-driving cars to $86 billion over the next 5 years. In 2021, Volkswagen reported a drop in sales in China, Western Europe, and North America. In March 2021, the company announced it would stop developing new internal combustion engines and change the American division's name to Volkswagen with the help of Johannes Leonardo. In 2022, Volkswagen confirmed the relaunch of its Scout off-road vehicle brand as an EV, and in July 2022, the company announced the development of its first gigafactory, Mission Salzgiga, focusing on battery activities. In September 2022, Volkswagen introduced the ID. Extreme 1 concept car and announced that its North American brands would adopt the Tesla-initiated NACS charging connector starting in 2025. Operations. Volkswagen, the founding member of the Volkswagen Group, is Europe's largest motor vehicle manufacturer with over 74,000 employees and 7,700 dealerships. With a market share over 20%, Volkswagen has experienced record sales of 6.29 million vehicles in 2010, becoming the 3rd largest car maker in 2008 and the 2nd largest manufacturer worldwide in 2016. The company's core markets include Germany and China. In 2019, Volkswagen invested $2.6 billion in Argo AI, a startup focused on developing self-driving vehicles. Volkswagen has factories in various parts of the world, including Mexico, the United States, Slovakia, China, India, Russia, Malaysia, Brazil, Argentina, Portugal, Spain, Poland, the Czech Republic, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kenya, and South Africa. In the 2021 review of WIPO Tooltip World Intellectual Property Organization's annual World Intellectual Property Indicators, Volkswagen ranked 6th in the world for its 84 industrial design registrations published under the Hague system during 2020. Volkswagen has a strong tradition of social partnership and co-determination, with 120,000 employees in Germany. The company has a close relationship with Porsche, a Zuffenhausen-based sports car manufacturer founded in 1931 by Ferdinand Porsche. The Porsche Cayenne, introduced in 2002, shares its chassis with the Volkswagen Touareg and Audi Q7. In 2005, Porsche increased its 5% stake in Volkswagen to 20%, aiming to prevent hostile takeovers by foreign investors. In 2007, the European Court of Justice ruled that the Volkswagen law was illegal, leading to Porsche taking its holding of Volkswagen shares to 30.9%. In 2008, Porsche revealed its plan to assume control of Volkswagen, holding 42.6% of Volkswagen's ordinary shares and stock options on another 31.5%. In 2009, the two companies decided to merge, and in August 2009, Volkswagen Aktiengesellschaft's supervisory board signed an agreement to create an integrated automotive group with Porsche led by Volkswagen. Volkswagen initially planned to take a 42% stake in Porsche AG by the end of 2009, but later announced a 49.9% percentage in Porsche for €3.9 billion. In 2011, Volkswagen finalized the purchase of Porsche Holding Salzburg for €3.3 billion, $4.55 billion. In January 2020, Volkswagen was overtaken by Tesla Incorporated as the second most valuable automaker. In 2022, Volkswagen ceased production at its subsidiaries in Russia due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and sanctions against Russia. Product line: Volkswagen AG produces various models, including global and regional products, for large markets such as Europe, China, and Latin America. The best-selling model globally is the Tiguan, followed by the B-segment range of Polo, Virtus, Nivus, Taigo, and Passat/Magotan. The brand has been a leading manufacturer in hatchback production, offering a range of A-segment, B-segment, and C-segment vehicles. The company introduced its first crossover SUV in 2002 and expanded its SUV lineup from 2 to 8 models between 2017 and 2020. Volkswagen plans to have over 30 SUV models on offer worldwide by 2025, contributing 50% of its global sales. However, the SUV expansion has led to casualties in the MPV segment, with the Chiron midsize MPV being phased out in 2020. Volkswagen was a market leader in China until 2022, with 3.16 million Volkswagen-branded vehicles delivered in the country in 2019. The brand has a strong presence in the premium or luxury segment, including the Fidion and Valoran. In 2023, Volkswagen announced an investment of $700 million in Chinese EV maker Xpeng for a 4.99% stake, which will be used to develop 2 VW brand electric models for the midsize segment in the Chinese market in 2026. In Brazil, Volkswagen has a notable history, starting with the Combi model in 1956 and producing 23 million vehicles in 2018. The brand has also developed and manufactured several models for the Brazilian market, including the Fox, GOL, Nivus, Severo, Virtus, and Voyage. The brand has also produced and sold pure ethanol vehicles in Brazil, but production and sales declined due to factors such as a sharp decline in petrol prices and high sugar prices in the world market. Volkswagen has made significant strides in the automotive industry, with the introduction of flexible fuel vehicles and hybrid vehicles. The 2003 GOL 1.6 Total Flex was the first full flexible fuel vehicle launched in Brazil, capable of running on any blend of petrol and E100. By 2005, VW had sold 293,523 flex-fuel cars and light-duty trucks, and only 53,074 petrol-only automobiles. By 2007, VW had sold 525,838 flex-fuel vehicles, and by 2008, 96% of all new cars and light-duty trucks were sold. Volkswagen and Sanyo have partnered to develop a battery system for hybrid cars, with plans to build compact hybrid models with petrol and diesel power. The company plans to introduce diesel-electric hybrid versions of its most popular models in 2012, starting with the new Jetta and Golf hybrid. In 2009, Volkswagen hired Carl Thomas Newman as its group chief officer for electric traction. As of May 2016, the Volkswagen Group offers retail customers 9 plug-in electric cars, including 3 all-electric cars and 6 plug-in hybrids. The company plans to sell about 1 million all-electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles a year worldwide by 2025 to comply with strict carbon dioxide emission limits. In February 2021, Volkswagen announced that vertical mobility could be the next step after self-driving technology, and it is exploring the feasibility of flying vehicles in China. Motorsport Rally Team. Formula racing began in 1963 with Formula V circuit racing, which quickly spread to Europe and other parts of the world. In 1971, Volkswagen of America started the powerful Formula Super V, producing a stable of world-famous Formula One drivers. Volkswagen also won several victories and the championship in Formula 3. In July 2011, Wolfgang Durheimer predicted that Volkswagen could compete in Formula One in 2018. Volkswagen took a new direction into rallying in 1981 with the launch of the first-generation Golf. The company won the World Rally Championship 4 years in a row from 2013 to 2016 in the Volkswagen Polo RWRC. Volkswagen also participated in the Dakar Rally in 1980, 2010, and 2011, winning the 2009, 2010, and 2011 Dakar Rally in South America. Volkswagen Motorsport worldwide has been successful, with the company founding the ADAC Volkswagen Lupo Cup in 1998 and starting the ADAC New Beetle Cup in 2000. In the United States, Volkswagen entered the under 2000cc Trans Am series in 1976 and introduced the Jetta TDI Cup in 2008. In Argentina, Volkswagen models have competed in TC 2000, winning the F2 Australian Rally Championship in 1999 and 2000. In Finland, VW won the Finnish Rally Championship in A7/F2 with a Golf MK4 kit car in 2002 and won the Finnish Racing Championship in Sport 2000 with a Golf MK4. In Austria, Volkswagen's sole distributor Porsche Salzburg entered the VW Beetle in Europe-wide rallies from 1967 until 1974. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to notify for future new contents.